Hey there everybody, welcome back to the 9th heart-stopping, pulse-pounding, plot-driven, grease-laden, exciting side mission of Trapt. Adjective, verb, noun. Yes, in today's exciting side mission, we get attacked by quite a beefy set of guys. This trio is actually not going to be that difficult to deal with because obviously we are a frail anime princess, but not before Allura decides to spill everything that we have learned so far. Finnegan is a jerk, killed his sister because she was about to reveal all the hidden truths. Ada is actually the one that killed the king. Didn't kill everybody, that was us, we killed everybody. Yeah, Ada killed the king, we got blamed for it, yada yada yada. Grains got killed in a cowardly trap. We don't actually know what the trap was, but it was obviously cowardly. And what is this? There is no humor here, especially not in me. No, Voltaria. Apparently, oh no, he worked for Herzog. It's all a big double cross, or I can't really say he's double crossing us because we don't really know him, but obviously it's a trap. Nobody that we meet in this game is on our side. Spoiler, even Jace. Even Jace is going to inevitably try to kill us as he sprouts wings and reveals his true name as Icarus or whatever happens. Either way, they are apparently on the side of Herzog and they wish to overthrow the monarchy, which is pretty easy to do considering that, well, the king is dead and his daughter is an idiot. But that doesn't stop us from trying to make sure that we are not turned into fertilizer to grow the trees of anarchy with the blood of tyranny. I don't know. All that matters is that we are going to murder these two, but not before we look at their quick descriptions, even though they kind of just go over what we already knew. And that's that these two guys are complete dickholes. They work for Herzog, and they want to kill us for their own selfish reasons. But maybe in turn we aren't selfish as well, because why can't we just sacrifice ourselves for the greater good of the kingdom? Outside the fact that, you know, whoever kills us will inevitably become the fiend as well if what Finnegan said was true. But you know, it's a dangerous system to be caught up in. And speaking of dangerous systems, we are going to set up a rather dangerous little trap down here. As you can probably assume, these guys, from their huge life bars, normally would be quite difficult to take down, but we are using some very nice upgraded traps. And also, we are trapping geniuses, so it won't be too hard to slaughter them. Especially when they just walk right into the Punisher and the Death Iron, which causes the boss to explode, and then we fiery inferno of death. We are just an innocent princess in all this. These guys are forcing our hands, and it just so happens our hands summon up fiery death and balls of steel and all this other murderous shit. We have no ways to talk to them. They are just set in their ways of overthrowing us. Especially Anglif, which is a awful name. I'm sure his description will say that he wishes to get vengeance for being named so poorly. But no, in fact, he wishes to become a great revolutionary and thus has joined up with Herzog, whose fashion sense just screams revolutionary. But I was trying to figure out here, I kind of want to use those flame jets because they look like they're pretty fun. They're just spouting up death everywhere. Also, I kind of want to launch this guy, if at all possible, into those spikes. There are just so many great options in this opening room here. It's a bit hard to figure out which direction you actually want to go. So first we're going to launch him with the Punisher. And then comedically launch him yet again, anime style. But sadly, the flame jets, even though they were fun, they actually broke what I wanted to do. But that's okay, Anglyph is dead. Good job at being a trio of douchebags, but as you can probably tell, we still have 4 minutes left, and no, it's amazingly not 4 minutes of cutscene. Rather oddly, that trio of douchebags managed to also bring along a trio of even beefier guys. Hallelujah, it's raining men. But rather oddly, these trio of men, well, even though they do want to still murder us, they actually don't seem to work for Herzog at all. They actually have very nationalistic pride, and well, they kind of belittle us and besmirch our good name for, you know, not actually running the country, but instead just trying to save our own bacon. Maybe they don't truly know all the horror and terror that we've gone through to try to survive and uncover the truth, but you know, honestly, I don't know if I could really reason with a man named Flugel. But yeah, actually, these three guys are fairly reasonable. They want what's best for the country, and you know, they're doing it for nationalism, which has its own inherent dangers. There's so much danger inherent in nationalism, but we won't cover that for right now, and instead, you know, beefy guys, they need to be skewered. And that's just what we're gonna do. But not before we figure out the best possible means to skewer them. Kind of, well, I thought I actually had brought a different set of traps here, especially floor traps, but I think we can figure out some means of taking down these beefy guys. And if there's one thing that you'll learn from my LPs, if I can take down a beefy guy, I will take down that beefy guy. Take his ass to Arby's, put him between two buns, you get 5 for $5. It's a good deal. Speaking of good deals, I really cannot over-embellish the fact that the Death Iron, probably the best wall trap in the game. Just does so much damage, stretches for so long. It's just so good. It's like Arby's. Look at that guy. Flugel's on fire, and guess what? He's not dead. Instead, we have him and I know it's probably German. It's probably like Franke, or it's Frankie. Let's go with Frankie. The one thing I will say about these two particular types of knights, their weapons have amazing reach, so it can be kind of difficult to factor that in. But it's also a bit difficult to factor in the fact that we are fucking murder machines. And just like that, we got 2 more dead beefy guys. And yet they still want to talk down to us. I don't understand how it's selfish at all that we want to try to figure out what happened to our dad. Dear Dad, how did you die? Oh, we kind of figured that out, but now we need to get vengeance to help the country. It all works out. But that doesn't stop Allura from questioning right and wrong, black and white, cats and dogs. Are we really doing the right thing? I don't care. I blew up beefy guys.